Welcome to Lift Formation, a division of Lifto, the official dealer of Toyota and the leader in forklift training for Quebec. Our training courses are designed as much for experienced operators wishing to get certified as for people wanting to make a career shift and learn a new skill. The duration of the training depends on your needs. Whatever your level of experience is, you will need to undergo a theoretical training. This step is crucial for the validation of your forklift driver certification. For those who have experience, your driving will be assessed during a practical evaluation in our warehouse. Meanwhile, new operators will need to follow a complete practical training. The theoretical training lasts typically 8 hours and covers Occupational Health and Safety Act and regulations in Quebec, as well as the standards. You'll go over the different categories of forklifts and applicable safety instructions, as well as the ways to maintain the stability of your forklift depending on your work area and environment. You'll learn how to read the capacity plates to determine the maximum load capacities of each equipment. We will also cover how to do a proper pre-operational inspection to ensure the equipment is safe before starting to work. You will learn how to handle energy sources like batteries and propane tanks. Lastly, the understanding of the theory is assessed through a written exam in the form of a multiple choice test. First, let's look at the different types of forklifts. We have the counterbalance forklift, which can either be electric, operated with a battery, or powered by internal combustion engine using a propane tank. These types of forklifts are very popular. However, the use of propane is often prohibited in certain industries like food processing and pharmaceuticals. Any restricted work environment with inadequate ventilation would also forbid the use of propane. Next is the narrow aisle truck, also known as a stand-up or reach truck, because the operator is standing while operating the equipment. We can find this type of machine in companies that wish to optimize their warehouse space with, you guessed it, narrow aisles. The next type of forklift is the order picker, which we often find in hardware stores and distribution centers. The operator wears a safety harness and is raised by the platform. This allows the operator to pick items for small size orders. The fifth type is the pallet truck. It allows goods to be moved from point A to point B without raising the loads very high. It is often used to load and unload trucks. Be careful, because this equipment is misleading. Many think it is the easiest one to operate and ignore the risks involved, hence why it can be dangerous. Let's do a small recap. The counterbalance propane, the counterbalance electric, the narrow aisle, the order picker, and the pallet truck. Amongst these 5 types of forklifts, 3 of them are found more often in the job offers for forklift drivers: the counterbalance propane, the counterbalance electric, and the narrow aisle. These forklifts alone cover 80% of the job opportunities in the market. According to your needs, there are many possible combinations of courses. As we already saw, the theory is mandatory regardless of your level. For the experienced drivers, you will head to the warehouse to do a practical evaluation on the forklifts that you know. This way, we can ensure that you are safe and that you apply the concepts that you learned during your theoretical course. If everything goes well, then you will be certified and you will receive your certification card in the following days. New operators will need practical training days to get certified. For the counterbalance, electric, and propane, you will need 1 day of 8 hours of practical training. For the narrow aisle, you will also need 1 day of 8 hours of practical training. For the order picker, you will need 4 hours of practical training. And for the electric pallet truck, you will need another 4 hours of practical training. Here are some options examples. You are a new operator and you wish to be certified on all the forklifts. In this situation, you will need 1 day of theory, 1 day of practical training for the counterbalances, 1 day of practical training for the narrow aisle, 4 hours of practical training on the order picker, and 4 hours of practical training on the pallet truck. Total training of 4 days. You are a new operator and you wish to be certified on the counterbalances and the narrow aisle? In this situation, you will need 1 day of theory, 1 day of practical training on the counterbalances, and 1 day of practical training on the narrow aisle, for a total of 3 days training. You are a new operator and you wish to be certified either on the counterbalance or the narrow aisle. In this situation, you will need 1 theory day and 1 practical day training, for a total of 2 days training. During your training with us, you will have access to our warehouse, which is over 3,200 square feet. For health and safety measures, we limit our groups to a maximum of 3 people. This also means that there is no waiting time. Every participant has their own forklift and drives it all day without having to wait for their turn. You learn by driving and not by watching others drive. We have courses with various levels of obstacles, and we simulate a work environment to better prepare you to the realities of the job on the field. We adapt to our customers' constraints and schedules. We offer classes in French as well as in English, and we can give classes during the day, evening, or weekends. We even have exams in Spanish. Our theoretical training sessions are usually held at our offices. However, our teaching methods have evolved, and our team is able to provide you quality training, all while ensuring your safety. You can complete your theoretical training from the comfort of your own home by accessing our courses through video conference or online. In short, you'll learn how to be a safe operator, not only for yourself, but for your co-workers as well. We are here for you. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. If you've already made up your mind and picked your training, you can register online now and reserve your spot.